I want to get some reaction from Dan Ives from Wedbush. And the question that Dom and Joe were just talking about right now, has the baby been thrown out with the bathwater? And is there an opportunity here? You're looking, by the way, you look at like a Palo Alto Networks, for example. They're in the cybersecurity business. That stock is down this morning. And does that make sense?
Yeah, and look, I mean, first off, in geopolitical events like this, shock events that we've seen over the last 20 years, I mean, this has been more the opportunity to own tech if you're able to sort of navigate the risk. But I believe it's the most oversold we've seen tech stocks since 2015. And to your point, when you look at areas like cybersecurity, they're going to see a tailwind. I mean, we're already starting to see the cyber war break out based on our context that we're talking from among enterprises and as well as the Beltway. Look at names like Zscaler or Palo Alto, among others. So I don't view this as the time where I believe this is just the start of just more of a broader trend that's going to fundamentally change names. You're going to see the risk off, but I view it in these white knuckle environments. You look at the winners and you look at the cash flow defensive names like Microsoft, Oracle, Apple. That's how you navigate it.
But fair or not fair to start to raise issues about Taiwan, for example? I mean, that's on a roadmap of some sort that we've been talking about now for quite some time. I think the expectation was a much lower, a much sort of longer rope there. Maybe that would be a 2025, 2026 event, if that at all. Does this change that? Is this a dress rehearsal?
Yeah, look, I mean, obviously, some will think that. I mean, we think when you look at the events today from a percentage basis, I do believe that you're going to see a knee-jerk reaction, especially in tech and risk, that's overdone here. And obviously, investors, you'll start to sort of go 2-3 degrees separation. But when we look at historically, and of course, everyone's different, and this obviously in Europe, you look at tech stocks, you look at Russia, you look at what that actually has as an impact. Right now, you're starting to see a market that's baking in almost worst case scenarios, in our opinion. And our history has been in the last few decades, you buy selectively the winners during these time periods, specifically software and semis and some of the large caps, rather than really the time to be like, okay, this is the time to sort of get out of tech.
So is this, for you though, is this grab everything, meaning buy the index, buy the NASDAQ? What would you be doing?
I told you last night, 11:30, I'm talking to investors, across Asia. This is a time we're table pounding on names like Apple. You own some of the defensive names like Microsoft and Oracle. You own cybersecurity and names like Palo Alto, Zscaler, names like CrowdStrike. And I believe this is one, we're going to look back on this. It's obviously a historic defining time, but I view this as more the opportunity than the time to panic.